Alright, I'm going to work on this little Briggs again, Briggs WI, and I think where we left you off is we just made this little piece of linkage, so now we can mount the carburetor and put the governor back on, and then we can adjust the air gap on here and put the housing on, and then throw a decal on it, and we'll just we'll go from there. Alright, let me get ready here. Alright, before I get started here, I want to address a comment I had, and it was from one of my YouTube buddies named Jack. He goes by Journeyman, and he's one of the most respected and knowledgeable guys on YouTube about these old vintage Briggs, the early Briggs. And he mentioned, he says, I never seen that carburetor before. And I told him, I says, neither have I. So, well, I had this other one out here. I was looking at it, and we actually did see these carburetors before, Jack. Just it's unrecognizable because of what they did to it. All right, these two carburetors are identical, and what they did is this is a WM or WMB, and the WM means washing machine, because these engines actually replaced Maytag engines on the Maytag washing machines. So Briggs came out with the WM, and this little thing here is just a choke. So they didn't have an air filter because they're probably running the house most of the time, and that's what this fancy exhaust pipe is. You hook a tube on here and send it out the window. So that's why there was no air cleaner on this. But then the WI is like a WM, but it's industrial. You know, it has the bigger sump on it and stuff like that, and some of them have oil pumps. And what they did is they added on this little extra piece to put in air cleaner. So got rid of the choke here and added this little section here, and right now this is your choke. You can actually see it in there. Let me see if I got any lights here. Yeah, so that's their choke now, and you can put an air cleaner on there. So that's the story there, Jack. I don't know if it's mentioned. His name is YouTube channel is Journeyman. Right now, I'll leave a link if I remember. But interesting story about Jack. You know, about 14 years ago, my nephew made my YouTube channel for me. You know, and I just had some stupid videos, I guess, of my nieces and stuff. And I don't know if I had engine videos up or not. But anyway, my nephew, he's checking the channel one day, and he starts laughing. I said, "What's the matter?" He says, "You got your first subscriber." And my first subscriber was Jack, and that was like 14 years ago. So that was pretty good. I didn't even know what a subscriber was, and my nephew told me that. So I don't know. I think I got maybe 114,000 now, 114,000 subscribers, and Jack was my first. So they say you never forget your first, right? So there you go. Interesting story. Journeyman. All right, let's get to work. All right. First, let's put the carburetor on, because I can put that linkage on after the carburetor's on, I think. And it's only these two screws. I'm going to try and stay out of your way, but uh-oh, what'd you do now? I jammed it up. Road King jammed himself up. Alright, like I said, I'm going to try and stay out of your way, but sometimes it don't always work. Hey, I don't know if I mentioned it, but go over and check out Jack's channel if you get a chance. I mean, the guy's got some beautiful engines, and like I say, he's the most knowledgeable guy I know of these old Briggs. Journeyman. Alright, Let's see what we got here. Alright, you're gonna be able to see that. Okay. Now we'll just take this. Like I say, these things are easy to come off if you know how to do it. Look at that. Did you see that? Went on like it had eyes. Alright, now this one goes on like that. And look, it's on. Just that easy. Alright, now let's finish bolting this guy up here. Don't forget to put your wire there. I guess that would be a ground wire. Magnetic screwdrivers. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they pain in the rear. There we go. Hey, you know what? I was just going to tighten that up, but I'm not going to. No sense in tightening it up. We're going to have to loosen it up to adjust the air gap here. Alright, let's see. Should move. Oh, it is. It's already up. Alright, we're already up as far as it'll go. I thought it would go up higher than that, but it don't. Magnetic screwdriver. Here, give me trouble. Here we go. I wonder if it's supposed to be magnetic or I magnetized it. Alright, so that's it. Look. When the wind blows this, it moves your carburetor when you're under strain. So you just make sure nothing's, there's no way that's going to come off, and it's not going to lock up or interfere with anything. So, alright, I just happen to have my gauge here, plastic gauge. It's deteriorating, it's cracking up. This thing's got to be about 60 years old or so. It was my dad's. Alright, you bring these magnets, I don't know if you guys can see it, I got two little magnets here. You bring them up top, and then we put our little gauge here, and then loosen everything up. And it should pull itself down. There we go, I just heard it snapped into place. Alright. And then you just tighten it up. Some guys use credit cards, or not credit cards, but matchbooks and business cards and stuff like that. You know, any air gap's going to work, so you'll be okay. But you know, it's supposed to be 10 thousandths, and business cards are all different sizes. But like I say, it'll work. These little engines are very forgiving. Alright, then you just spin this out and hope this lasts another 60 years. There we go. Nothing rubbing, so we're good there. Alright. What do you say we get the shroud? I think we're all done in here, so let me go get the shroud. Stick that on here. Alright. I don't see any washers here. Let me go see if I can find some washers. That way it doesn't scratch up our paint. Alright. Yeah, I got some washers, and I didn't like the look of them, so we'll just go bare here. And stick the screw in there. That's much better. Alright. It doesn't have to be all that tight, but there we go. Alright, you know what? Let's put the decal on while we're here. Alright. This is actually a sticker, but they make the stickers now. They look so good that you know, and the old slide-on transfers are getting tough to find. So let me go get I'll go get some soap to spray on there. I'll show you how I put them on. Alright, here's another reason I brought this engine in was so I could see how far they mounted that decal. And this is an original decal. And it's centered side to side. And it's down the point of that. Am I in view here? Here we go. Yeah, the tip of that decal is 1.25 inches. So, it's an interesting tape. I don't know if you guys ever seen one of these tapes. You see how floppy it is? It's made to go around radiuses. You know, you can actually go around a round thing like that. And it's a nice tape measure here. It has a thing on the back to hold your belt, and it has a thing you press on it, so you don't have to force it on or force it off. You just pull that little trigger, and it's got a little brake on the bottom to hold it out, you know, in case you want to let it in easy. And it's got the usual stop there, the lock, like your traditional ones. But this one also has a pencil sharpener in the back, and you write down measurements and stuff right here if you want, you know, with a pencil, and then it wipes right off. And this one here is, I think, standard and metric, yeah. And what I like about it is it actually tells you the measurements, you know, you don't have to guess what they are. 1/8, quarter, 3/8, half, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8. You know, no guessing, no guesswork here. And then the bottom, I don't use that, that's metric, that's useless for me, but maybe some of you foreigners and Canadians and stuff would use that. But anyway, you know, you can't do that with a regular tape. You can't wrap it around like that. But then with this one, you can't stretch it out like a regular one. So good to have. All right, where was I? You know what? I'll put a link in the description for that too, because a lot of you guys are gonna want that. All right, so I'm gonna measure this out here. What did we say that was? 1.25 inches. All right, so that's going to be our top. And then, since I got the tape measure out, make things easy. That's sorry about that. About 1/2 inch. So we'll come in 1/2 inch from the side, and then all I got to do is put one side there, one piece of tape. So let me do that and get this stuff out of the way. Alright, this is just a way to make it easier to put vinyl stickers on. You know, back in the day, you know, like in the 70s and 80s, when I did body work, there was some of the cars, the station wagons would come in and they'd have a sticker down the whole side, you know, wood grain. And once you do the body work and you got to put this sticker on, man, what a pain in the ass that was. But what you do is you get some kind of soap like this. Is just regular Windex. Could be dish soap, could be anything. And stick it on there. And then that'll give you the ability to move this around wherever you want. And it ain't going to affect. You know what? Let me get this out of the way here, so I can find my point. There we go. Alright, what I did is I just measured it, and see now you can move that around. I'm going to turn this this way so I can see. See how, to me that's a little crooked, so you can move it. There you go. These things don't have to be perfect. Matter of fact, when they're put on from the factory, they're just slopped on. So That looks straight to me. Then you just rub the water out from underneath it, and you should be fine. Might be better for me to wait for this the water underneath to dry out. Alright. Once this dries completely underneath, this thing will be stuck like glue. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, let me find the identification plate. We'll put that on while we're messing with that. Alright, let me take a seat here. We got our screws. Here's our nameplate. You know, I was going to polish it and make this real bright, but you know what happens when you do that? Then it wipes off some of the black behind it, and it ruins it. So sometimes it's just best to leave stuff alone, right? Tiny little screw, tiny little screw. It goes right about there. Whoop, almost scratched your paint, Road King. Alright, put the bottom one in. Here we go, I can't even see it. Can't even see the bottom one. It's got to be there though, right? Found it. I found it. Alright. Don't get crazy with it. It's just got to hold on that plate. Alright. You know, I was gonna paint the screen here silver, metallic silver, and then I decided not to, you know, because you got the BRIGGS sticker there, and then you got this on the side, and then you got the carburetor and stuff, so you really don't need that. It would look okay, but you don't need that to distract from everything else. You know, you start making too many things two different colors, and then it starts looking like a circus wagon. So we're going to leave that just the way it is. All right, I don't know where we're going to go from here, but let me think about it, and I'll turn these back on. All right, let's put the air cleaner on. I think even this we're going to have to modify a little bit because it has, let me straighten you out there so I can see you. There we go. Yeah, this here is too long. It's not meant for this. So what I'm going to do is, you know what? Let me see if I can move you guys up. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Woo, woo, woo. All right, is that a little better? All right. Yeah, let's put this on here and then make a mark, and then I can cut it, and we'll get rid of that thing on the top, cut it, and put a wing nut. So let me bring this down. That's about where we want it. So I guess it's just maybe a 1/4 inch off the top here, and then we can thread it up. All right, we thread this thing up here, and it seems to be okay. Let's try it on for size. Try Trying to stay out of your way again. I'm just going to spin this until it bottoms out on the bottom. There we go. You got this little piece of cardboard. And then this. Oh, it actually goes around the bottom. There you go. It's right in there. Put a little washer on there. A little wing nut. There we go. We'll call that good. What do you guys think? Alright, let me sit down and think about it and see where we're going next. Alright, I decided we're going to put this kick pedal back together. Remember we had this little tooth? I'm going to try and keep you in frame here. I think I found a perfect spring. Right? It's got to fit. Got to fit right here. Where you guys at? Got to fit right here. It's got to be a compression spring. And I think we got it. This goes like this. And look, that bitch fits right in there. Perfect. And then it'll move like that. So I was going to get some brass rivets and put them in here, but I only have 3/16 and this is an 1/8 inch hole. So we're just going to go with pop rivets, but it'll do the job. And I'll paint over them. Nobody will see them. And they'll hold up. So let's put this in here. Thusly. Almost forgot the trigger. All this inside here is going to get oiled, so it's not going to rust. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the outside by just brush it on. Alright, there you go. It's in. Now we just have to put some rivets in. I'll put the nice side on the outside there. Let's see what it looks like. It actually looks pretty good. Wow. One more. Let's put one more in there. There we go. Still inside there. Alright. Alright. This don't look bad at all. Like I said, it's going to get painted over. And even this side. Don't look bad at all. And look, a little trigger. It's working just the way it should. Perfect. Alright. You even have a hole on top here that's meant to oil it. Keep oiling it, but nobody ever does. Alright, let me clean this area up and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, here we got that little tooth holder there all painted up and looks good, and put the stop on. So I guess we could put that on just to get it out of the way. I adjusted it too. So it looks like it's hitting the ball. We probably can't see that. Looks like it's hitting the thing, but it's not. It's bottoming out where it's supposed to, right here on the engine, and then up there it stops. So, alright, let's stick this on. Okay. Crank up on that, and coming off again. And we'll put this bolt on here, just so we don't lose it. Alright, I think that's good for now. I think we got us about a half-hour video. Alright, next step is we'll put the spring on. Spring will go on thusly, and then we got to make a cap for that. So we'll make a cap, and maybe we'll make the gas tank and make a check valve and hook up the gas line and stuff. So still got a good bit to do, but making good progress here. Got compression now. Wow. Alright, what do you guys say? Enough of this? Alright, we'll see you in the next one.